Ellis Park is a stadium of legends, and it's a stadium of memories. They can talk a lot about new stadiums and new facilities, but Ellis Park never gets old. It's something that is synonymous with rugby in South Africa. It's not one time I've come to Ellis Park for any reason, even if it's in the week to pick up tickets, you don't get goosebumps coming here. It's a home away from home. It's nothing can compare. Look, any venue is great for test rugby, for provincial rugby. But if you're a true rugby supporter, Ellis Park, after the 95 World Cup final, after the lot of memorable games we've had here, is something that cannot compare. Nobody can compare to Ellis Park. I came to Ellis Park for the first time in 1995. My father had passed away. I wasn't into rugby before that. And a friend of mine, Chris Oosthuizen, brought me to rugby with his dad. And we were sitting right over there, that middle block. Transvaal were playing Free State. We were behind in half-time, and they moved Henny Leroux from centre to fly half. And he scored a brilliant individual try, a try that the Springboks actually replicated at the end of the year tour to score against England a couple of years later. And I was hooked from there on in. It was a love-hate relationship. Love the Lions and hate anybody that doesn't love them. That's pretty much the love-hate relationship. After that, I've never looked back. I've never supported any other team. It's the Lions and the Springboks, and all the South African sides if they play foreign opposition. But the Lions are my first love. Look, with my friend and his family, they were very into rugby. We still come to the stadium now sometimes together with our families. And at that stage, we were 15, 16 years old. Now we're in our 40s, so we bring our kids along now. My daughter is quite into rugby. She's quite into the Lions. She's a die-hard supporter. Like this coming Saturday, if she has a choice to stay at home or do her nails with her mother or come with me to the park, she'll be here. So I don't know how long it will last until the boyfriends and stuff start, but for now it is a generational thing going forward. It's definitely something that I'd love to instill, because there's a lot of pride instilled into it, and the people that you meet here are people that you can spend your whole life with. I've met people watching rugby here that have become part of my family, part of my life. So it's not just about the rugby part of it, it's actually about a whole community that you get to know through the rugby circles. I think it also means you're giving back to the team. I think the economical climate we're in, the teams have to also make money and stay solvent. It just gives them that extra bit of support to know they've got people out there who will back them no matter what. It's great to know that you've always got a ticket, you've always got something, even if the month is a bit shoddy, you've already got your ticket sorted out. And it's something that you can plan around and that you can make memories with. It's something that is part of my budget every year, part of my life, and something that, I must be honest, I can't go without. Look, the benefits are great. I mean, I've used the benefits always in the team store, which is now the Macron store, the discount one. We've used the benefit at Sun International, where you get the discount for the Valley of Waves. I just missed out on the Weber one last year to buy the Braai, but I'm looking for it this year maybe. It's definitely a well thought out thing, and something that brings real rugby fans together. So it's something that if you are here, all the partners that support the Lions, I think we should support as well, because they're supporting the team that we love, and that just makes it a lot easier to do. If you are a die-hard Lions fan or a die-hard sports fan, we're always looking for money can't buy experience. So a lot of people will say, but I want to win jerseys, I want to win stuff that they can resell or reuse or something like that. For me, that is something that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You'll never get to experience life with your team in a foreign environment better than that. And I think that's something that every true rugby fan aspires to, is to go with your team, be in the trenches with them, see them fight foreign opposition in a different country, take in the sights, and be part of the group, because that's something that money can't buy. And that's something that should entice most people, if they are true Lions fans, to try and experience that. The most memorable was in the year 2000. The Springboks in the Tri-Nations came back from quite a disastrous tour. And Andre Vos, Lions captain and Springbok captain, led out the team against the All Blacks here, and we were, by all the media, punted to lose by about 20-30 points. And I'll never forget, they didn't run out that day. It was a 5 o'clock game, they walked out. I think Andre Venter led them on the field. It was his 50th or 100th game, I think 50th. And we ended up beating the All Blacks, the mighty All Blacks that day, 46-40. Tinus Delport was playing fullback. He's also a Lions boy. And we just the sheer atmosphere and the will of the crowd cheering them along brought them over the line. I can still remember Andre Vos said afterwards in the interview, thanks to the people of South Africa, thanks to the people of Joburg, they felt that energy come through. And you could see the relief on his face when they got cheered when they came onto the field, because there was a lot of booing and all that type of stuff because they had bad results overseas. So that's something that cannot be replicated. Ellis Park is like a 16th player or a 24th player for any home team that plays here. I mean, it's been proven time and time again. Altitude and the venue itself, it's like a fortress. You feel like you're enclosed in the middle of a hubble. And that's something that I'm sure the Springboks used to their advantage, the Lions have used to their advantage for many years, and something we should really keep on from. My favourite moment that I've had here, there's been hundreds of them, but the one that really stands out was the 2011 Currie Cup final, where we came back from dead. I mean, we beat a full-strength Western Province side with all their Springboks. In the final, we beat a full-strength Sharks side with all their Springboks. And if you're honest about it, the only try that the Sharks scored was actually through Willem Alberts, who's actually a Lions boy, so he came back to his roots, luckily. So we actually scored most of the points that day. And just the runaway that we did, and the team believing in each other. It wasn't a team of big names, it was just guys pulling together. And that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from our campaigns going forward now. The guys just need to believe in each other and stick together, because big names don't mean anything if you believe in each other and you play for each other. I've been fortunate. Look, Henny le Roux was my first hero here. I got the privilege to meet him a couple of times here at Ellis Park and then Emirates Airline Park. I think the old boys aren't as recognizable anymore to the new guys, but I met him here once at a Super Rugby game after or before the game that night on a Friday night. We were playing the Jaguares. My current favourite player I would say would be Asinati in Tlabakanye. The guy's got great potential. He's stepped up this year, and not if he becomes a Springbok, when he becomes a Springbok, I always tell him I'll be his biggest fan. Just because what he stands for, how he plays, and he puts his heart and soul into it, and he doesn't have a bad bone in his body. He just plays the game, and he plays it with strength, he plays it with commitment, and that's, I think, what the Lions are all about. Yeah, look, I got this actually as a birthday present from another Lions fan, a great friend of mine, Claude, in 2010 already. So it just makes it a lot easier. I've got over 100 jerseys, but this means you don't always have to wear the jersey. And it just means it's part of you, so it's part of your heart. You're not going to jump ship. It just proves that you're what you are. And that's what a true Lions fan is.